I'm Chris Cooper, I own Catalyst Fitness, and we started a program called Ignite in 2010. We're a research-driven company, and we deal a lot with people who have injuries in the past. We've published a couple of studies on exercise adherence and what it takes to get people to come to the gym basically and want to exercise. And that led us toward brain research for a couple of clients, and that's what started the Ignite program. We have clients through Ignite who have had traumatic brain injury. We have clients with autism, ADHD. We visit a lot of schools. We have clients that we've had great success who've had strokes. Any type of cognitive impairment, usually we deal with that. The Ignite program has a huge impact on a lot of clients. They're usually in therapy already when we meet them, and they're dealing with, we have fantastic physiotherapists, occupational therapists in town, and they're dealing with all these modalities, but they're not getting the opportunity to tie it together in a fun and supportive environment and to practice these skills. So what happens all the time is that the client starts to love coming to Ignite, where they might be tired of other therapies, and they'll come in and we'll duplicate what the physiotherapist wants them to do as part of their cognitive challenge, or what their occupational therapist wants them to do. We'll add a physical component to that and make it more like a game. By the end of 2010, we recognized that we were doing so much research that we had to have a concise way to deliver that. So we finished and published a book called Enrichment Through Exercise. It was immediately snapped up by a lot of members of different gym communities and a lot of teachers. We were sent down to Massachusetts to provide a lecture series there, and from there it's just spiraled to a whole bunch of other centers, and now we're in constant contact with gyms and teachers and therapists around the world. We have Ignite licensees, so Ignite Academy affiliates, starting in Australia, Texas, Massachusetts, Ontario, and South Africa by September. I don't want to say the miracle word, but a lot of the times all other options have been exhausted when we meet these folks with traumatic brain injury. And so sometimes the family is debating over whether they're just going to accept a settlement from their insurance company or whether there is hope for their family member to get better. And the first time we saw it happen, we kind of thought that it was a fluke. You know, we had a child with autism who'd been removed from the school system 3 years ago, completely recovered to the point where he's not even diagnosed on the autism spectrum anymore. And we would never claim that we could cure autism, not by any stretch, but we can give people the skills where they can function more normally in a setting like that. So where a lot of the times people feel like they've reached the end of the road, and then they come into Ignite and they start to see what we call bright spots, these small successes. They start to really get a new sense of hope in their therapy, and they're able to do a lot of things that they couldn't do before. And it's going to be really exciting to see where they are a year from now and 5 years from now if they keep going.